All right.
Hey, good evening, everyone. Welcome to Sunday Sudden Victory with the QuadR podcast. How are you doing tonight, Roy?
I'm good. I was at a robot tournament all day. This is not a robot podcast, but
No.
that's what we had a team reach semifinal. We'd sent two teams. One team reached the semis. Team reached the quarters. So it was a pretty good showing. Pretty good showing for us.
Excellent. I
Yeah.
like it. So, how often do you guys have tournaments?
It depends on the time of year, but this time of year there's a tournament almost every single weekend.
Ooh.
The January, February is like January, February to early March is like the grind.
Yeah, we're getting into the exciting part of wrestling season too.
Yeah.
This is so big weekend and bigger weekends coming up. But yeah, let's go ahead and get to it. Let's cover all things that happened this weekend, or at least some of the things that happened this weekend that we happen to tune
And to
into.
everyone watching, you got to say welcome to Sunday Sudden Victory.
Yeah, I did. I said, "Welcome to Sunday Sudden
I,
Victory."
I didn't hear the Sunday Sudden Victory part.
Oh, okay. Yeah, Roy likes that name.
I love it.
All right, so what do we got going on here? We're going to start out with Roy's recap. Then 65 kilograms, the best weight in the world. We'll go with Ralph's recap. A little bit of Michigan news. Just talk about what happened this weekend in the state of Michigan and with the Michigan teams. Then everybody's favorite part, rumblers and tumblers. Sometimes we have bumblers. Sometimes we have stumblers. This week we've got a humbler, or humblers, I should say. And then a new bit, appellate court, where
Okay.
we allow somebody to potentially get removed from the tumbler status. So we will have a
Oh,
quick debate based on what they've done since they've been named a tumbler. So
okay.
welcome everyone in the audience. We will be monitoring YouTube chat. We already got a little bit of chat about the AJ Rocco Welch match. I think the chat might be a little more exciting than the match itself.
It's already scored more points.
Right. It's already scored more points in regulation without a doubt. All right, Roy. What did you see this weekend?
All right. So I was in live in person at Stanford versus North Carolina State. If you don't know, it was a nail biter. NC State won 21-20.
Yeah, I saw that.
It came down to the last second. Knox was pushing for a major. He didn't quite get it. That would have tied it up. I don't know who would have won the tiebreakers because I was live and I don't have someone to just tell
Right.
me. Who knows how that works? But in any event, it was a great duel. Consiglio pins himself. So he was wrestling Ryan Jack. Got the first takedown, and Ryan Jack was recently added to the Tumblr list. So I was like, okay, here we go. And then there was a situation where it wasn't even he was trying to prevent a reversal. And he did the like sort of front flip, like I'm gonna get behind you thing, and he just front flipped right onto his shoulders, and that was that. um
Letting himself
and
right out, huh?
Oh man, and Consiglio, he's had such a strange year. He's had such a strange year. So is Ryan Jack for that matter. But and that was like to start off the duel. Posada got a pin. I guess some stuff happened before that. Stanford got a tech from Cardenas. Hunter Garvin and Lorenzo Norman were out, both with crutches. Did I have lot? Yeah, lots of crutches on the bench. Okay, so Posada got a pin. Wajakowicz got an upset. He's from Illinois, by the way.
Oh
Marmion
yeah.
Academy. Yeah, that same place we went to the
Okay.
tournament.
Right. Yeah. Right on.
Yeah, yeah. So that was pretty cool. Um, I don't have it on here. Trumbull, man, Trumbull looked really good. And he
Yeah.
didn't look he didn't look good in a way of like, wow, he's so awesome at wrestling. He looked good in a way that like he seemed like he wasn't taking the match that seriously because he knew this guy could never do anything to him.
Yeah. Well, I think Stanford is rocking like the 153rd ranked heavyweight or something.
But there's a way to do that, and I was like, man, this guy's good. Um, anyway, looked great. And then the big upset, Provo beats Vince Robinson in sudden victory.
Yeah. There's
So,
another big upset. I thought
um,
Biskins.
oh, that wasn't the big upset.
No. Okay.
That was like number five versus number eight.
All right.
Um, I would say Provo beating, but yes, that Biskins beat Valencia. That I'm going to talk more about that because I put Biskins on my Rumbler list. But basically, Aiden Valencia was definitely attacking a lot. But Biskins is just like cool under pressure, man. He never seemed like he was ever worried about any situation, even when Valencia had his leg. And it's just really slick, really fast counters.
Mm-hmm.
Um, yeah, got a major, got the major. What else? NC State, between Biskins, Trumbull, and Vince Robinson, who's done it before, I was like, man, this team might have three national champs on it. It's a
Oh,
stretch, but it's not crazy.
that would be going on a run.
That would be going on a run. So, anyways, great duel. Had a great time. I put in small letters there. PSU crushes Iowa.
Yep, that happened.
The path to 40-0 was more realistic than the path to 6 wins for Iowa, it seems like. And then the last thing is lineup still shifting. So Jax Forest is trying to get to 15 wins, and I'm not sure what the rules are. There's all these like people who are scrambling to get enough matches to qualify weights and this and that and everything. And it seems like not wrestling in November and December is puts you in kind of a bind
Yeah.
in January.
And also, like, yeah, I mean, right. I mean, I think you see, like, basically the teams have to run up all their starters, right?
Yeah.
So, like, you don't, like we talked a little bit about before, like, you're not seeing, like, backups in there. And so you're seeing a lot of, like, really, really lopsided duels
Yeah.
that are happening based on that. All right, cool. Yeah, my recap. Yeah, PSU. Wow. I mean, I guess like I didn't. I mean, there wasn't any question about who was going to win the duel, but like,
So there
right?
was a path. There was a
Yeah.
path. Remember,
I mean,
we
right?
determined.
If you'd have said, Nasir Bailey's going to beat Braden Davis, like, oh man, we're going to have a good little duel here, right?
Right.
And that happened. I mean, like I thought Iowa competed really well. I mean, Penn State's just really, really good. I mean, I thought that a lot of the matches that I was thinking were going to be majors and things like that for Penn State were tight. Ryder Block got the first takedown against Shane
Yeah.
Van Ness. I mean, I thought Tom had the guys ready to compete, but Penn State's really, really good. But with all the matches being so close, I mean, I don't know if I'd say into balance per se, but like they were close. I think that like it'd be interesting to see how that all shakes out at the tournament. I mean, I really feel like Penn State's a team that could have like 6 champs or 2. I mean, like there's
Yeah.
which is weird in how you evaluate them. Like by how many champs they're gonna have. But winter weather kept me home, so we had winter storm advisories all weekend. So didn't get out to MSU to see the Illinois duel, and I didn't go to Michigan today to see the Illinois duel, which actually turned out to be a lot closer than I thought it would be.
Yeah.
Michigan ended up winning by a couple points. I watched it on BTN. But I was looking out on the duel schedule and stuff like that, and it just gets better from here. We have so many good duels coming up especially in the Big Ten, between Penn State, Ohio State, Nebraska, Minnesota, Michigan, Iowa, those guys too. There's just a ton of great duels to be had out there, so that's super exciting. And yeah, so I'm heading to Texas. So I got a new gig, and not a new gig, but just a 1-year deployment team role. And so we're gonna run all over the country and upgrade the networks. And so next week's Dallas, week after that Providence. So it'll have some effect on the podcast. I won't have as much tech around me, but we will definitely make it work. All right, quickly, Michigan recap.
Like Rocky 3, like when they had to go to the basement to train.
Yeah, right. I am going to like my brother-in-law in Fort Worth. He has like he does online training and sales. He has like a whole studio, teleprompters and lighting. I could do it from the studio if I wanted, but we'll see. Maybe I will. That'd be kind of fun. But in terms of Michigan, Michigan beat Rutgers 21-12, so pretty dominant there. And then Illinois came in and competed really hard, 18-14, and they beat one of the Mantanonas, and like it was a good duel.
Mm-hmm.
GVSU women went to the William Penn. They had 8 top 5 finishes and 2 titles, so obviously they had a good weekend. CMU lost to MAC rival for the second time in like 2 weeks, I think. Northern Illinois University, 14-19. MSU lost to Illinois 12-31. And GVSU men had a win over Northern Oklahoma A&M. I always like these D2 school names.
Yeah.
Northern Oklahoma A&M, East Central, like, and then so that was a pretty good showing, 42-9, and then they lost to Central Oklahoma, 21-30. So overall, pretty good weekend for Michigan. I didn't think. I mean, Michigan did not look great against Illinois today. I didn't think. I mean, the last time I saw them, they looked really, really good. But I mean, Catcherbone struggled, won in the last second, and things like that. So anyway, they pulled it out. So I guess that's what matters, right?
And it was any one match would have been the
Right.
difference, right?
Mm-hmm.
And Lachlan McNeil, our perpetual tumbler, got a win.
Yeah, Lachlan won.
Nice.
And
it's almost March.
He's starting to dial it in. Danny wasn't there. Danny was at Pacini. Yeah, he was not wrestling. So Lachlan had the last couple matches I've watched with Lachlan, he was not up against the highest competition, but he's getting that snowball rolling. So come nationals.
And has Cannon Webster wrestled since he had that like headbutt thing?
No, he did not wrestle.
Didn't wrestle.
He was, but he was on the sidelines cheering and stuff like that. So it wasn't like they had him. It wasn't like he was locked in a room with no lights or like, you know what I mean? Like, so I think they said he's coming back next week. So
okay, good.
Pretty good bump on the head, but looks like he's going to be okay. They're just precautionary sitting him out for this duel, but he was there on the sidelines cheering and coaching or whatever. But so I think he's going to be okay. All right, now it's time. Rumblers and Tumblers. Roy, why don't you go ahead and introduce Rumblers and Tumblers?
All right, a rumbler. A rumbler is somebody that is moving up in the so-called rankings or the spiritual rankings or whatever. So this is somebody who was maybe not thought of as an AA candidate, and now they're putting themselves in that conversation, or maybe someone who was ranked in the like 5 to 10 range, but now they're putting themselves in the national finalist conversation. Somebody who's basically moving up. And a tumbler. Tumbler is someone who's already kind of got a name, but they're moving in the other direction. So they were maybe going to be a finalist now, or like, ooh, they're stretched to be an AA. Or they were like a blood round and maybe a stretch to even get that far.
All right, awesome.
This is our own internal label, the way. So if you make the Rumbler or the Tumbler list, we're basically committing to following how you do the whole season.
That's right.
Which has been fun for us.
Yeah, for sure. So as Roy mentioned, we always do like to follow along with our Rumblers and Tumblers, and so this is the accountability check-in. We always start there. On the Tumbler side of things, AJ Ferrari had a close victory. I don't know if you saw it, Roy, but he does not look to be getting. I mean, I don't know. You saw last year he took a lot of those shots from distance, and he was able to pull like those 197 pounders in, and like And he won this match with a ride out.
Yeah,
I mean,
he did a lot of that last year too.
Yeah, they were talking earlier in the chat about Angelo, not being the most exciting. AJ's doing a little. So I don't know. I would have thought with getting to the Nebraska room that he would have a lot more, a lot better penetration. I mean, obviously it's it's bad to go underneath big heavyweights, with bad shots, and he can ride pretty much the vast majority of the guys out. So I don't know, but this was a guy who Ziola, their backup heavyweight, had already beaten the Minnesota heavyweight Opke.
Yeah.
So Fujit, he's climbing back up. He got a rank win.
Yeah.
Like a big exciting pin, cow catcher. Antrell Taylor won by fall in the last 8 seconds of the match. So he's gotten 2 falls in a row, I think.
People have pointed out that at this point last year, he had the exact same record, 13-2. Because
Yeah.
'cause we're not the only ones who put him on like a Tumblr or like what's going on list. And if you look at it that way, he's like right on pace to just repeat.
Yeah, right. He's just doing his thing.
Yep.
Drake Ayala took a loss, but competed hard against Blaze from Penn State. I thought he looked good. So Ryan Jack won by a fall.
Mm-hmm. Over
Um,
Consiglio. We
yeah.
talked about that.
So Cole Mirasola got a ranked win. I don't know. Well,
Over
anyway,
Peter, right?
Peter, right? Yeah. No, I mean he earned it, but
Yeah, Peter's got some good wins, and somebody mentioned that he's got to go like 6-1 in his last 7 matches to get an allocation.
right, yeah,
And
not a good way to start.
right,
And then Provo obviously had a big win over Vince Robinson
yeah,
with a last double in overtime. That was exciting. And then,
that was a really good sequence. He shot, and then Vincent Robinson had a good reattack, and then
mhm,
he reattacked off the reattack, and based on the duel. So that duel started at 141. So this was the second to last match. So because he won that match, it made the last match actually matter. Because
mhm.
if he had lost that match, then the last match wouldn't have. It would have been a 7 point. Yeah.
Yeah, no. And then Tom Brands. So I don't know. Like they got
He's
handled, but wasn't a great week when you throw in the Endine situation and then the duel. Even though I thought like they were ready to wrestle, they didn't embarrass themselves out there, but
sure, sure.
they didn't
Well, they lost
close.
to ISU, and then they had the Indine situation, and
Mm-hmm.
then you can't really blame them because Penn State is just destroying everyone. But it was their worst loss since like 1965, I heard.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Um, so I think a lot more people are feeling emboldened to criticize the brand's style of coaching.
Yeah. They yeah, they've lost a lot of that aggressiveness. And
Yeah.
I wouldn't disagree the with the chat that they have some sort of boring wrestlers at this point.
Right.
Rumblers. So LJ Raju got another ranked victory out at Minnesota. Aiden Valencia.
I wrote Frosch lost there because he lost the way like freshmen lose. I think we've been a little spoiled by the number of 4-time champions recently and expect freshmen to be like polished. I thought he looked really good against an opponent that I knew had a good record, but I didn't realize how good he was till I watched him wrestle. Um, so I'm not actually too worried about that loss. It's one of those losses a freshman takes where they learn something about match strategy and managing situations.
Yeah. Ryder Black took a tough L. I thought I was pretty. It was fun to see him get that first takedown,
Mm-hmm.
and I thought he competed. Posada's like starting to polish the rough edges of being a freshman, I think, and like looking really, really good.
Yeah, I
Going
don't see him ever lose to someone he shouldn't lose to. I think all his losses have been to really good guys.
right,
So I'm very encouraged. And in the ISU duel, he didn't get Rocky Elam. He got some other guy. He got the backup and he beat him like 2-0. And I think he let that guy manage the score more than he went after it. And in this match, you could tell he was like, I'm going to go out and I'm going to score. And
right.
it was much better.
Yeah. Josh Barr won by pin times two, I guess, because I just saw that he pinned his. I didn't pay a whole lot of attention to the Penn State Northwestern duel, but you'll be surprised to hear that they shut them out, Roy.
But it was 51-0, man. That's like
Yeah.
average of a tech.
Mm-hmm. So, like I said, I didn't pay much attention. Like,
Yeah, yeah.
not a lot to learn watching the Penn State Northwestern. It's kind of a shame that they're.
Northwestern traditionally has like not an awesome team, but like one or two guys that are in the top four, and I feel like they don't this year.
Yeah. Yeah. No. I mean, there's a. I guess there's always been, but I mean, there's a lot of. I mean, there's just a lot of smart places, a lot of good schools you can go to now. the wrestle.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously Stanford's, Michigan are both doing pretty well and paying a little bit of NIL, and then
Cornell.
you got Duke, you got Cornell, you got Brown.
And come on, there's still
Penn.
the
Oh, we
unicorn from
forgot
Penn.
Penn. How did we forget your alma mater? Okay, yeah. So anyway, for sure. Um, and then what do we got? Oh, Braxton Amos with a 16-3 victory.
I thought it was notable that he scored 16 points. I didn't watch the match, but I'm encouraged.
Yeah, no, I like it. And then still impounded.
That's because you have all the Ferrari brothers on the
Oh,
Rumble.
okay.
They
Yes,
did not have a good weekend.
they're on
In my
all this. I didn't. Yeah, I didn't see how Freight Train did, but and then Trumbler.
That's Isaac Trumbull. He's on our Rumbler list.
Mhm.
Like I already talked about his match. He looked great.
Yeah, no, he's. You know who's not looked great is Gagliotti. I mean,
Yeah.
pretty good, and he won today, but against the Illinois backup. But uh, I don't know. I'm a little like scared about his All American chances. He may be creeping in. If he loses, he may find himself on the Tumblr list. But
Yeah.
I guess until you lose. All right, Roy, who's your Rumbler?
Koi Bushkins. I think that's how you say
Biskins.
Biskins.
I think it's Biskins.
Biskins. Okay. I mean, I saw he was ranked high. I hadn't watched his matches before, so I was like, oh, this is going to be a great opportunity for Aiden Valencia to get a ranked win.
Yeah.
And then Valencia got majored, and Valencia was attacking, getting in on shots, and Biskin's defense is like super, super solid, and his counterattacks really, really quick. He never seemed to feel like he never looked like he was worried about any position, even when Aiden had his leg up or anything like that. He just looked really solid. And in terms of folk style, like good at having that like many layers of defense. Even if he gets your leg, you can do this, and even if he gets past that, then you can do that. Like this, just every layer was like so tough to get past.
Mm-hmm.
NC State as a team actually seemed like they had really good defense, and not in a keep the match 1-0 kind of way. Just like when you get in on their legs, they're really really tough to score on.
Yeah.
In a way that I think Stanford's is like sometimes a little sloppy, in my opinion. But NC State was like really good at it. And so it was amazing. And then I just looked through his season, and his only loss I think is to um, was it Styles? Somebody, I forget. But he's only got one
Yeah,
loss.
I
And
think it was Styles.
it was Styles, and it was like kind of a really close match that had a. I didn't rewatch the match, but anyway, it was a close match.
Yeah.
And since then, he's just beaten everybody. So definitely this guy's Rumbler for me. I was like, just from watching him wrestle and not knowing who he was, I was like, this guy looks like he could be a finalist for sure.
Yeah, absolutely. His dad's out there on Twitter too, but I mean, yeah,
Oh, yeah? Like supporting his son or being himself, like
No, I
I
mean,
got my own take on wrestling, kind of dead.
so I would say supporting his son, and
Okay.
I mean, and also being engaged in wrestling conversation.
Yeah.
But like definitely
Who's the
he'll mentions the bad calls that go against his son, you know, as any good father should. Yeah. So my Rumblers, I also had Coy Biskins on there. I mean, I've known I've known that people have said he's pretty good, but I mean, majoring Aiden Valencia this late in the year shows that he's definitely in that running for All American without a doubt. And then obviously Rocco Welsh, who's only wrestled one time and made the finals, has always been in running for All American. But also, you get to be a Rumbler if all of a sudden I didn't feel like Rocco Welch had the ability to. Oh, I have a cough, but winning. Anyway, had the ability to get through like Ferrari or McAnally or maybe even Sinclair, but at the national tournament or get through two of them. But now that I saw him match up with AJ,
Yeah.
I there is a universe where Rocco Welsh is your national champion.
Right. And that's what everyone was saying when the transfer news happened. And then somehow He's not, maybe he doesn't have as big a social media presence as a Ferrari or a Sinclair or even McAnally. You know, we covered McAnally's
Right?
merch, and but he's there, man. Yeah,
Yeah.
and Ferrari, he just looked. He wasn't like scoring a lot of points, but he just looked like no one was going to beat him.
Yes.
And
Right.
now
Well,
that's happened,
mm-hmm.
which changes like everything.
It
How you look
does
at
change everything without a
it.
doubt. So anyway, yeah. And you covered Coy, but yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, like we said, we always knew Rocco Welsh was good, but like that match really showed me that he was maybe not the favorite, but definitely a top contender. And I would not be surprised at all if he did win the title.
Oh, that'd be such a Penn State thing. Is even their like 4 seed guy wins the title.
Yeah, right.
Dang it!
Oh yeah. My Tumblr's Ben Keeter. Um, I, I mean Cole Mirsola won the match, but I also really did feel like Ben Keeter lost the match. And like lately, he's not. He's been wrestling these sort of like I'm gonna go get this one takedown late kind of approach, and that's really really tough to do at heavyweight
Yeah.
because you make one slip, and that guy gets a takedown, then you're in a real tough position, having to chase around another heavyweight and taking bad shots against heavyweights is a really bad idea. So you really do have to like sort of hand fight your way if they're not giving you any, if they're not pressuring back into you. It just seems like a bad strategy on Ben's part, and I think that you know if he continues to wrestle that way, I would not be shocked if he you know became like a blood round or round of 12 guy.
Yeah.
So anyway, now we get to monitor Ben, see how he's doing. What about you, Roy? Your Tumblr.
I put Angelo Ferrari. He was the number one. He hadn't lost. Last year he beat Plot. So I mean,
Oh, look at that. We got chats about Angelo. They need to
okay.
call Angelo for stalling. Ooh.
Oh, that's another thing. We talked about how he took his first loss, but another thing that's happening is people are starting to throw shade at people who wrestle on one knee, and Angelo Ferrari is probably the poster child for wrestling
Yes.
on one knee. It is basically a position where you're very, very defensive. If you aren't using it to attack, you're kind of using it to absorb a shot and back up. And so it's not just that he took the loss, but I think that his overall approach to the match is being. Are you able to throw those chats up there?
Yeah, they're up
Can
there.
you read it?
They're on the
It's too
screen now.
small.
Oh, it
What?
says I got them on the screen now. This one
Yeah, but
says
I'm.
get back 9 minutes of my life. This one says should have started with tiebreakers. They need to call Angelo for stalling. So
that would be like an interesting rule. Like by mutual agreement, we are just gonna start in sudden
yeah.
victory.
So not a wrestler says that Rocco and Wells both stall. That's my general opinion of the match. But I will say, like, there's like this. It's out in the ether now that
Yeah.
Angelo's stalling on a knee, and
Yep.
like public opinion affects things, right? And like
Mhm.
if refs start hitting him when he goes to that knee, right? Then like, and if he's ending the first period, every first period with a stall, that's a serious disadvantage with his style of wrestling, which is fairly low scoring and it's a change. I mean, honestly, I thought that like early in the year he was coming up on the knee and he was like moving forward and coming up into that underhook
Right.
and working offensive off of that knee. So I didn't mind it at all. In the beginning of the year, the way he was using that knee to come forward and then he stood up into that underhook and like, worked some of that from there, I thought it was perfectly fine. But I will say that, yeah, I don't know, stalling, not stalling. I'm with not a wrestler that Rocco Welsh, I've never seen him do anything in a wrestling match against a top five guy.
Yeah.
He was just patting on edge. He wasn't trying to do anything either. And so it's really hard for the ref to call stalling, and in Rocco's defense, it's really hard to like do much with a guy who's sitting there on one knee,
Yep, yep.
right? And so,
Well, something I don't see much anymore is there used to be like a double stall,
mhm.
and like if they ended the first period with a double stall, that would change all of the tactics for the rest of the match because you really can't go out of bounds without taking like a big risk or anything like that. And sometimes getting a stall called on you lights a fire under you.
Yeah,
Maybe that it was not because if they start calling Angelo for stalling, that might actually be a good thing for him because he'll go out and get a takedown. Like
right.
he's capable. He's great. It's not like he's figured out this rule hack and he's not a
Yeah.
good wrestler. He's a great wrestler. And if they got called for stalling, that might actually not that it's good, but like get his mind more in a better place to score points.
Yeah, I agree. I think all right. Right. So next time Rocco and Angelo wrestle, they'll flip. And they either both start with a double stall or we just go straight to tiebreakers.
I wouldn't. You know how they
Right.
have mandatory shot clock and freestyle.
Mm-hmm.
I would not mind mandatory double stall if there's a 0-0 first period, and even if there was a lot of action, and just hey, you guys got to score some points.
Yeah, that's interesting. I wouldn't hate that either. I mean, I'm always a little bit leery of like I feel like that's kind of like a ref empowerment thing, but not in the sense not
That
the
has, that's
right. I
not
mean,
ref,
it'd be mandatory, but then like
right?
then the ref has the complete power to change the match, right?
You mean
Like
after that point because
yeah,
every
mm-hmm.
stall.
Right,
Yeah, I mean one nice thing about the 3 point takedown is like 1 point isn't as valuable as it used to be because it used to
right,
be you basically gave a guy a whole takedown when I was wrestling. And my
yeah.
theory about how that's what messed Iowa up is they stopped counting on takedowns and started counting on stalls. And ever since the 3 point takedown,
Oh, okay.
yeah, yeah. Maybe that's like for my if we ever do a conspiracy or alt explanation portion of the show, I'll
We
just throw
always
that
do.
out.
Yeah, so I agree. Angelo didn't look like a national champion on
Yeah,
Friday, and not saying he won't be, but they got to go back to the lab a little bit, and especially with all the general chiming in from the wrestling community and like wrestlers and coaches and everything. Like refs hear all that, refs see all that, and like
and it's times two because people are just saying that about Iowa in general too.
right?
That Iowa, I think, had more stall calls than takedowns against Penn State. I
Yeah, I
think I
saw
read
that.
that somewhere.
This is yeah.
Oh,
Oh yeah. All right. Well, we're watching Angelo. All right. So usually it's rumblers and tumblers. Last week we had a bumbler, and then this week we have humblers. I don't
okay.
know why I have a question mark there, but uh, I feel like the Penn State Nittany Lions they humbled the Iowa Hawkeyes this weekend,
Mm-hmm.
and they didn't do it in an unclassy way or anything like that, but they came in there and showed them that there was work to be done. Yeah,
You're right.
you know, I mean, I was surprised both at the Keeter match and at the Ferrari match.
Yeah.
And I mean, I feel like the Nasir Braden that was a toss up match, right? But like
Mhm.
the, I mean, those were upsets. I think in my mind, Ferrari and Keeter, probably not in their minds, but like Penn State came in and did work, and they definitely humbled the Iowa Hawkeyes. So it'll be interesting to see how Iowa reacts. I mean, I still think that was Iowa a trophy team,
They're one of your teams that's like
right?
for
I'm
our weekly wager.
I'm
Um, my headspace wasn't there. They should be ranked about number 5 right now, and it's top 4.
top four.
It's
Penn State, Oklahoma State, adding Jacks,
Ohio State.
Ohio State, and
I don't
then
depends. Nebraska, Cornell,
that's right, Nebraska, Cornell.
East State looked great. They might
It's
have 3 national champs if they go on a run.
right.
Oof, I don't know, man. I if it was even money, I'd bet against Iowa being a trophy
Yeah.
team. Yeah.
What do we think, audience? What do we think, listeners? Iowa trophy team this year? I'm leaning no right now. But
I mean, Angela was their one champ, right?
yeah, there
And
was talk about like they've had a finalist every year forever. And I
for
still,
35
yeah,
years.
I still
Yeah.
think they'll get a finalist. I think that Caliendo or Angelo or
I still, for whatever, I have no logic for this, but I still think Caliendo is going to get Mitchell Messenbrink
yeah,
in the NCAA finals. I just think that's going to happen.
that would be crazy.
But I might just want that to
Right.
happen.
There may not be any logic. But anyway, congratulations to the Penn State Nittany Lions for being our first humbler. And I have no idea why there's a question mark there. But all right, time for appellate court.
Okay.
Order in the ring. Order in the ring. So, our first wrestler who attempts to be removed from the tumbler list is Chris Minto.
Right.
Chris Minto's at 13-2. He's ranked 6th, and he has avenged the Facundo loss, which was over a head scissors.
Okay.
So these are our rankings. Again, this is really about like all American status, right? You have Levi Haynes, Simon Rees, Patrick Kennedy, Carson Karchla, Maddie Singleton above Christian Minto. And he is ranked in an All American spot. Below him, you have Alex Facundo, who they've split so far this year, Carter Schubert of Oklahoma, Danny Wask, who seems to find a way on the podium, Lenny Pinto, Cam Steed, Bo Mantanona from Michigan, MJ Gatan.
Ooh.
Is there any ACs in Cleveland? I think it's a little too far north.
It might be, yeah. So where do you go if you go off the Tumblr list?
Well, right then. I guess we stop
You go
monitoring
off the watch list? That's
Yeah.
I don't know if that's you're on like Rumbler probation.
I don't know. That's the thing is, do you have to be a Rumbler to no longer be a Tumbler?
Or a rebirther?
You need a better name than that for sure. So what do we think?
I think part of the fun is like the Tumblr is proving us wrong.
Yeah, okay.
But like I don't know. I don't think if how many let me look at the Rumbler and Tumblr list. How many Tumblers do we have for the year?
Well, I'm sure there's
like 31.
30, yeah.
Probably some of these are doubles, yeah. So we got 30. And do you think we should take them off? Your best argument is number 6. He's done a lot. Why was he on the Tumblr list? I guess that's the important thing to understand.
He lost twice at the national duels, I believe.
At NDI. Who else did he lose to?
I don't remember now. Who did they wrestle? They wrestled Oklahoma State. So did he? I don't remember now where he took his second loss.
Didn't you just have it up?
I had the rankings. I didn't have.
Just the rankings.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's see. If this first link works, then I'll tell you. And if it doesn't,
right.
No, it didn't. Okay.
Let me know. So yeah, that's the thing. What do you think? Or should we just keep everyone? We don't have to have appellate court.
I like the idea of status change, though. So you want to move him to Rumbler? I think that's the only, since we don't have a mid status, we're moving him from Tumblr to Rumbler.
Oof. Yes, I'm willing to
Okay.
accept responsibility for moving Chris Minto to the Rumbler list.
Then move him, but highlight his name.
Okay.
We'll have an extra layer of accountability
Right.
to see if that's warranted or not.
Yes. Yeah. So, not a wrestler says that PSU and Oklahoma State are trophy locks, barring something crazy happening.
PSU and Oklahoma State?
Are the trophy
Ohio State.
locks? Oh, we forgot about
I think Ohio State's a lot.
yeah.
Yeah, he's saying Ohio State. TOSU is
Oh,
Oklahoma State.
oh yeah, the Ohio State. Yeah. Okay. Sorry.
Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah, that's fine.
Oh, you know.
Oklahoma State and then Cornell, NC State,
What about we need to talk about Iowa State?
Iowa State.
I mean,
Oh,
Iowa State could have multiple champs.
well, Iowa State beat Iowa.
Yeah, and they beat Iowa, right? So
You
there's
know,
that. So we
there's
didn't
also
even
that.
throw them in the list. So yeah, 4 to 6 teams
Iowa not
realistically.
going to be in the top 10?
Yeah, I don't think that's gonna happen. But yeah, there's a real good chance that that they don't trophy. But we shall see. Yeah, all right. Well, okay. So now I got homework. I will make Chris Minto. I will move Chris Minto to the Rumbler list and highlight it. All right, that's it. Time to go back to the Bears game.
Yeah, awesome week of wrestling.
Yeah, bear
Looking
down.
forward to next week. We'll recap it on the Wednesday show at
Right.
5:30 California time,
Live
8:30
from
Eastern.
Texas. I
Oh,
don't
yeah.
even know what time zone I'm gonna be in. Unless they're central down there, so for sure. Thanks for jumping in, everybody. Have a great night, and we'll see everybody Wednesday. Roy, you want to take us out?
Yeah, don't forget, toe the line in everything you do.
QuadR out.